My lazy chair. Yeah. Okay, everybody. I have some videos I want to do. This is my lazy chair. So, it doesn't mean that I'm not energetic or I don't have power. Yeah, I do. Okay. Now, which video do I want to do first? Okay. Top 5 benefits of juicing. Okay. Now, I'm talking about drinking juice. Hello and welcome to the most peaceful place where the fruiting plants and animals roam free. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of them as they make this piece of haven very enjoyable for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to Peaceful Village. So, just information, if you don't know, I'm Michael Landfield from Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community at peaceful-village.com. You can check us out in the place called Ecuador Peaceful Village. So the 5 benefits of doing juicing. Okay? 5 benefits. I'm not saying the actual process of juicing. I'm saying the benefits of drinking juice. Okay, so I just have some notes here. First one, people are going to be very surprised about this one. First one. So remember, top 5 things. There could be many more things, but these are my top 5 things. Reasons for why somebody should juice. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about juicing, I'm talking about juicing overall. But specifically when it comes to slow juicing, slow masticating juicing, either horizontal or vertical. Vertical is much better. But in any case, 5 benefits of juicing, drinking juice. And I don't mean going to the store and drinking juice. I'm talking about doing it at home and putting fresh produce in your juicer. And I mean fresh fruits and vegetables and ripe fruits, very ripe fruits. Okay, now let's start off. Drum roll, everybody. Woo! Number one. No fiber. What? That's a benefit? No fiber? You need fiber. What the hell? Now, what people don't realize is that sometimes a human that is so badly sick and wounded and hurt in many aspects, including health and physical aspects, they cannot eat anything that contains fiber. Now, when we juice, depending on the type of juicer we have, sometimes we may need to stream it a little bit or use a sieve to get out more of the pulp. Otherwise, we'll taste a lot of pulp, especially in those juicers that are not high quality, good juicers. I recommend always to get a juicer or blender made in Korea. Now, they're not all good made in Korea. Of course, there's probably some lousy ones, probably not very good ones, but usually ones made in Korea are very high quality. Okay, now you can get, of course, some that are made in China, for example, that are very decent quality, but usually Korea is better make. So no fiber. So reason why no fiber is actually important for many people is because some people cannot digest fiber. Sometimes the body is too taxed. It has too much burden. There's so much burden going on in the body from years of pharmaceutical use, years of I'm talking about somebody that's doing mainly juicing. I'm not talking about just juicing once. You're going to get all these benefits. That doesn't really work that way. Of course, if we don't juice, there's no benefits. If you juice once, of course there's benefit. But the more we start juicing, the more we make this a lifestyle, we are going to be detoxing more and healing more, for sure. So the no fiber is really key because, first of all, it ties into the number 2, but also ultimately because many people just, when we, number 2 basically, when we don't eat fiber, our bodies are using less, and it's using less energy, right? It's using much less energy. It's not as taxed as it would be when there's so much fiber in the food. Now, when we remove the fiber, of course, we're going to be less full. We're going to be more hungry, so we need to eat more. We need to drink more quantities of juice in order to be satisfied. So that would require, on some cases, even up to 12 liters of juice a day. So between 8 and 12 liters of juice per day, maybe 6 liters for some people. So it depends how much we want to heal. Some people say we should drink a lot of juice, because if we drink just 1 or 2 liters, that's not going to flush out all the toxins, all the crap that we have in our bodies. So we need a lot of juice. And they say a most minimal 6 liters per day. Yeah, especially if you want to release all that toxins and stuff from our bodies. And yeah, so then the second one, number 2. Woo! Number 2, people. Number 2 is, so the digestion and assimilation is going to be much easier. So we can digest the food easier. It goes to all parts of the body. And it's very simple, easy to digest and easy to go throughout our bodies and to do all the work that's necessary. So it also depends on what type of juice. If you have juice with more ingredients, right, it's going to be a little bit harder to the body to deal with that, because the body understands food from a very, very simple and minimalist way. For example, if we eat just an apple, right, and we chew the apple properly and all this kind of thing, that apple is going to nourish us. It's going to give us whatever we need. And yeah, it's gonna give all of that, right? Or if we juice the apple, especially in a slow masticating juicer, especially a vertical one, you're gonna notice that, yeah, it's just amazing, apple juice. So yeah, so digests and assimilates much better, goes through all the body. This kind of thing, so it's excellent. So that is number 2. So that is why no fiber is good, because it assimilates and it digests much more quicker. Number 3 is probably one of the most important ones. Number 3. Number 3. Okay, number 3 is lots of liquid, water, hydration. So the main thing is that humans eating regular meals, living in polluted towns and cities, stress with all kinds of problems, eating all kinds of cookery, eating all kinds of cooked meals, eating all kinds of crap, eating packaged stuff, we are dehydrated. No matter how much water we drink, we're dehydrated. And usually when people drink water, they drink municipal water from the tap. Forget about municipal water. Drink rainwater. Filtered, of course, for the breeze and leaves and things like that. But rainwater. Forget about tap water. Tap municipal water. I have rainwater that is from a tap. And it's perfect because it comes directly from the rain. And there's a little tap. So, because humans are so devoid of liquid, devoid of the liquid or the water that we need, and the water that we get even from rain, for example, does not equate to the water that is in fruit. I'm not saying water in bananas or avocados, because those usually don't have so much water. I'm talking about the hydrating fruits that have water. Watermelons, all kinds of different melons, all kinds of different citrus, especially oranges, tangerines, mandarins, pomelos, these kinds of things. Tobaccos, pineapples, grapefruits, these kinds of things. Yeah. So we need a lot of liquid. So the diet, you wouldn't imagine, people, the diet part of this, or the food part of this, is crucial, that we take in as much liquid as possible. And I'm not talking about external liquid from municipal sources, from bottled sources, even from the rain, but from fruits alone. Now, fruits alone. One other thing I just want to mention, that there are some tips at the end of this video. So please stand by, listen to the entire video, because there's lots of tips that I want to tell you. Okay? So hydration is one of the most important keys. Also, not to be wrinkly. Hydration is very, very key. If you're eating cookery, you need to drink a lot of liquid. A lot of liquid. So forget about cookery, people. Raw food for the win. And also not so much fatty fruits, because fatty fruits also clog the system. Even though some fatty fruits are so incredible, like moretes and pasos. Woo! The Amazon is so amazing for those two fruits. Yeah. Number 4, detoxes and helps heal the body. People, detoxes and helps heal the body. Yeah, you know, I tell you something. When we are sick, we have illness, we have ailments, we have disease, we have all kinds of things. There's just one reason why we have that. Because we're not living holistically. We're not living holistically. We're not eating and living holistically. So what we need to do, live and eat holistically. Go to the tropics, the warm tropical areas of the world. Not just for 2 weeks, people. Not just for a few months. For your entire life. Your lives depend on it. Move to the tropics and get out of your cold place. And you know what? Walk naked, walk barefoot, get all the sun, do whatever you need to do. So this is number 4, everybody. Number 4. Detoxes and helps the body. Gets rid of all the junk from your body. And that's what we need. Now some people may say, hey, but I'm not going to the washroom. I'm just basically urinating, and that's it. I'm not having any bowel movements when I'm juicing. And that's true. Even after a week, sometimes people don't have bowel movements because their excrement is so hard. It's like it cannot come out of your system. It's so difficult to get out of your system. What is very good for that is pitahaya. Pitahaya. They're a cacti fruit that basically are either reddish or pink on the outside or yellow on the outside. Pitahaya. Put those in your juice and you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference and you'll definitely take a shit. Okay? So it helps to detoxify the body. So don't think that you're getting worse. When you're juicing for a few days or a few weeks, I haven't done it. I've done a week of juicing oranges, for example, and that's about it. I think for about 4 or 5 days I did that. I don't know if it was longer than 4 or 5 days, if it was for 2 weeks, I don't remember, but I know it was some period of time, but I've only done it once. So, and then I got sick of oranges, and now I'm craving oranges, and it's, for whatever reason, it's so expensive here right now. Not in season, I don't know why. So if you are sick, right, you can drink these kind of juices, and I'm going to show you at the end of this video, close to the end of the video, what types of juices are best to make for you. So detoxifies and helps the body. And I'm not saying if you drink 1 glass that is going to heal your life. No, but it helps. It helps. But it's not the key, people. The key is to make it a lifelong journey. Not like that guy who was in that movie, that documentary, Sick, Fat, and I don't know. That guy is now sick because he doesn't continue. And you know what? You need to alternate. We cannot just. I will tell you this in the close to the end of the video. Number 5. Number 5 is the big one, which is not about human health. It's about you. Her. Right here. You see the greenery right there? Mother Earth. Mother Earth, people. You see the greenery right there? Right there. Hold on. Right there. Mother Earth, people. It helps Mother Earth. You plant the seed from the fruits and you can enjoy abundance of food for free. And you help nature. Plant a tree. Imagine you can plant so many trees, so many plants, and you know what? You're benefiting the earth. You're helping. Say hallelujah, people. We are helping nature by planting seeds. Woo! Plant seeds. Help the environment. Woo! Help Pachamama, everybody. And now I'm going to tell you one thing that we need to do. Yeah, one thing, the best juices ever. Another, come on, another drum roll, everybody. Woo! The best juice ever. There's 2 juices that I recommend. Absolutely recommend. Okay? Well, I shouldn't say 2 juices, 3 juices. Now, first one is the juice that everybody will drink when they're so sick, completely decapitated, so sick, on the verge of dying. They need this juice. Any juice that contains, of course, slow masticating juice, preferably vertical, slow masticating juice with greens, leafy greens, whatever kind of leafy greens, okay? The darker the leafy green, the better it is. The more wild leafy green, the better it is. For example, stinging nettle, fabulous! Stinging nettle, fabulous, people. Some people say also herbs are very good. I don't recommend herbs for a very, very long time, but just in the beginning of your stages of healing. Otherwise, what type of herbs? all kind different types of herbs, but many people recommend turmeric and ginger. There's many other ones that people can use: parsley, cilantro, culantro, different types. Another thing to put in with the green juice, and what I mean by green juice is put a lot of fruits also. But if you are suffering, really suffering from illness and stuff, you want more greens. Greens are to detoxify the body, to really cleanse the body. So celery is very good. Celery, celery, celery. A lot of celery. Nonis. Nonis are excellent. Just make sure you get a completely ripe one where it's squishy, kind of squishy, not moldy, but squishy and smells so ripe. Noni. Noni is like the miracle thing that we need. There's another one called, I don't remember the actual scientific name, but it's a plant called, it looks like oregano, but it's not oregano. One of the names is called country borage. I don't know the other names. There's country borage. I think it's called also Spanish thyme, but it's not thyme. It's Spanish thyme, but it's not thyme. It's country borage. I don't remember the name, scientific name. If I remember, I'll put it down below. And if I don't remember, please put it down below. So greens, people, dark green leafy vegetables. If you want to put a lot of kale and all this kind of stuff and spinach, go ahead. If you like that, go ahead. Then, as I mentioned, if you cannot shit, you cannot go to the washroom, you cannot have a bowel movement, put in some pitahayas. Now, how many? One small to medium sized one, or even two of them. So it depends how much juice you're drinking. So I would say probably no more than 2.5 to 3 liters of juice at a time. So for example, if you're having, let's say 6 liters of juice every day, so you can have 3 juices, 2 liters, 2 liters, 2 liters, or 2.5 liters, 2.5 liters, and 2.5 liters. So that is, if I'm not mistaken, 7.5 liters. Yeah. That kind of thing. Now, once you start feeling more healthy after some weeks or months, you want to ultimately change the juice. Change it up. Because you don't want to have the same juice all the time. So if you have kale one week, have spinach the next week. If you have pitahaya one week, don't have pitahaya the next week. This kind of thing. Or alternated one day here, one day there. But the thing is, you want to stay with a particular juice actually. It's much better. Stay with a particular juice for a period of time. So for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I would say stay with a particular juice like for at least maybe 3 or 4 weeks maximum, maybe a month at most maximum. But it depends what you're trying to do. If you're really trying to heal, you do very simple juices. Very simple green juices. Some people recommend putting in apples inside the juice, which is excellent also. But we're not really meant to be eating these kind of fruits like apple, even celery, for example. We're not meant to be truly eating celery. Celery doesn't grow in the warm tropical climates. So maybe on the mountains somewhere, but in the warm tropical climates, celery really doesn't really grow. So what you really want is to, and even these kind of greens don't really grow either. But it depends. I mean, to save your life, eat whatever greens that you have available. So that's the thing. Organic or non-organic, whatever you can. Stuff your face full of fruits and veggies. But once you are on your way and you're starting to feel a little bit more healthy and you're getting better, this kind of thing, you ultimately want to include more and more fruits in the drinks and less and less greens. The only green I would say to put in your juice is maybe a little bit of wild greens. So for example, stinging nettle, all kinds of different types of nettles, Even katuk, which is also called sweet leaf, is very good. Sweet leaf. You can even use, for example, noni leaves. Noni leaves, you can use country borage, you can use some herbs. So many different things. But definitely green juices are key. Now, besides green juices, there are two other juices that I really recommend, right? One is, let's say you're somebody claim they're anemic or they look very pale and they need color in their skin. What is very good is to drink anything that is red, dark red, or purple or black or things like that. Grapes, preferably with seeds, black, purple, or red grapes. Okay, any one of these, and as ripe as you can find them, not green. Okay, so if you find them green, forget it. Okay. For example, I saw organic seedless green grapes. Horrible. Okay. Anyways, grapes are supposed to be very powerful. They don't grow in the tropics, but they're very powerful. One of the most powerful foods that one can have. You can also, with all of these juices, you can mix in also pineapples. So with the green juices, you can have pineapple as well. So you can put as much pineapple as you want, as much greens as you want. Different ratios. There's so many different recipes online. So pineapples are very good. Remember to get them ripe. Just smell them. If they have to be like yellow, even if they're a little bit green. Like for example, we have a type of pineapple that doesn't really grow here, but they still grow. But you have to pick them very early, and they're still green, a little bit green. Otherwise, they're going to ferment. And then what we do is we pick them a little bit green, and we just smell them. And once they start smelling just a tiny bit fermented, right away, or sweet, right away we have to juice them, because then they're going to be alcoholic. So yeah, fortunately, some of the pineapples from what we call the coast pineapples, the ones that grow in the coast, unfortunately, they don't really grow very well here. There's local pineapples that grow here that are called white pineapples, or Piña Local, or things like that. The other one is called Hawaiiana, which is basically Hawaiian pineapples. So anyways, the other ones is anything dark, grapes, beets. Beets don't grow in a tropical climate, but they're very good for rejuvenating the blood and getting more blood into you. So beets, a lot of beets, a lot of what else? Beets, carrots. Sorry, not carrots. Grapes, and also berries. So any dark berries. So raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. What else is there? Mulberries. Mulberries are very good because you can find mulberries sometimes even wild growing, even in the tropics. So mulberries are usually the longer ones here in the tropics. In colder places, they're usually much smaller. So mulberries. There's also here we have something called a toilet paper plant, and they have little kind of like blueberry kind of fruits, very much smaller than the blueberries, but very good. Grows wild. So wild, if you can find any kind of fruits or vegetables, greens or anything wild, that's the best. Wild grown is the best, in fact. So anywhere in nature that berries are just growing, or some edible, whatever it is, eat it, juice it, do whatever you need to do, but eat it, because they're the healthiest. So that, and the next juice, I don't remember now what was the next juice. There was one, greens, and citrus. So if you happen to have, for example, oranges or tangerines or mandarins or pomelos or grapefruits, or things like this. You can juice them. You can juice them in any combination. You can juice them just by itself, like oranges, or juice just the pomelos. Usually pomelos are a little bit harder to juice, but it's possible. It's not possible in one of those manual kind of squeezers where you go like this with your hand. But in a horizontal or vertical juicer, you can definitely do that. Also, so that's very good. In fact, citrus is by far one of the best. Next to the green juices, and the noni juice is by far the best. Now, noni juice, just to make noni juice is going to be very difficult. You need a very good juicer, and you need one of those cotton bags, or what they call cheesecloths, or or one of those things, cotton bag, and you stream everything through the cotton bag. So that's one way to juice the noni. But noni, my partner Aurora, she loves noni and apples. Noni and apples. Now with the green juices, you can also put in mango. Mango is so good. You can even have just without greens if you want, without greens, because after a while you don't need to juice so much greens once you get more healthier. You have mangoes, babaco, pineapples, and babacos basically come from Loja in Ecuador. So babacos, these kind of things. Yeah, so that's 3 ingredients: babaco, pineapples, and the mangoes. So that's excellent. You can put a little bit of turmeric. You can put ginger. So that's excellent. You can put hot pepper in there if you want to, but remember, it's very hot. Hot pepper, like this video, because it's very, very hot. Remember that, folks. Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. Putting 5 hot peppers in your juice, you're gonna burn, and it's gonna come out of your ass like fire. Ha! So, what else to say about this topic? Those are the 3 best juices, I think, in my opinion. Citrus is probably the best of the best. Doing it longer term, like a week, 2 weeks, is very, very good. I don't recommend doing any one particular juice more than a month. I notice some people, they do orange juice feasts for 3 months, or banana island for 1 month, these kinds of things. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend eating a large quantity of bananas, just bananas, or plantains, ripe plantains, for a long time, because there's not a lot of water in there. So we need to remember that. And if we are trying to heal ourselves, to help to heal ourselves, and we ultimately are like so sick and we're trying to heal ourselves, get rid of all overt fats. Overt fat is anything that is mostly fat. At least 50% or more of the calories coming from fat. Okay? So durians, for example, don't constitute as overt fat, even though they contain a lot of fat. They don't constitute as overt fat. But in any case, we should also eliminate those kinds of things, especially when we're healing. When we're healing, truly, we want to juice, right? We want to juice. We want to eat completely just juice. Drink completely just juice. Also, for another benefit, when we are juicing, we should also chew a little bit of juice. So that all the saliva, everything like mixes with the juice and all this kind of thing. Otherwise, we're gonna forget our bodies are gonna forget how to actually chew and how to do this kind of thing. So I hope you remember these top 5 reasons. That there's no fiber, so it's better that our bodies will assimilate it better, the food. So that's number 2, digest and assimilate better. It's quicker digestion. It's really about healing and all this kind of thing. Also gives you a lot of hydration. So number 3 gives you a lot of hydration. 4, detoxifies. and helps heal the body. So if you're a sick, very sickly person, or you just want to get better health, have better health, this is for what is for better health. Now, if you are somewhat healthy, you're not too sick, you don't have cancer or heart disease or diabetes or this kind of thing. And by the way, if you have diabetes, eat your fruits because they're good for you. Fruits are good for you. They're not going to give you diabetes. Don't worry about high blood sugar levels and all this nonsense. Get rid of all that stuff. Throw it away. Do not test your blood. Do not take out any blood from you. Blood is life. Keep your blood in your body. Blood is life. Blood is life. Do not remove it from your body. Okay. That being said, do not donate blood. That's a lie. Do not donate any blood. If you want to donate blood, okay, give it to yourself through beets, dark grapes, red apples, these kind of things, you know, red, dark berries, for example, any kind of berries. That is good for getting more blood inside of us and helping everything to flow. So that's another thing, helping everything to flow within the body and this kind of stuff. And lastly, when we are juicing, especially when we're juicing fruits, a lot of fruits, we got the seed. We can plant the seed and help the environment. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Michael Landfield. I hope these 5 things helped you. And if you have any concerns or any questions, or if you want to be part of the healing program, you can join us at Peaceful Village. Thank you for coming to Peaceful Village. Peaceful-village.com. Bye-bye, everybody.